Jye. It's very exciting. The ground looks in great nick, and it's a significant day for the club and for Tasmanian footy on Saturday.
It is, yeah. No, we're all so keen to get going. Obviously, there's been months and months of pre-season, so for games to finally be around the corner, knocking on the door, and yeah, for North Hobart to put on a ground like this, it's pretty special.
Anything sort of special in the lead up in terms of, I guess, just the significance and the history and all of those things around the game as an event and a marker in the journey to the AFL?
Yeah, we've touched on it a little bit, the history and the royalty around the club. It's obviously years and years, I think something like 160 years of history. So yeah, we've touched on that a little bit. We're so keen to get out there and show the Tassie faithful what we can do and put ourselves on the national map. So we're so excited to get going, and hopefully this weekend is a good step forward in that direction.
You played a lot of games out here yourself, mate. Have you ever seen the deck look this good?
It's always in good nick, I'll give them that. But yeah, as you said, growing up here playing junior footy, looking around in the stands, there might be 300 people here. So on Saturday to be standing here and hopefully 11,000 people here, it's going to be pretty special. And definitely something I've dreamed about for sure, so I can't wait.
You guys have been training hard, had a couple of practice games too. What can we sort of expect from a Devils style of footy on the weekend?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, we had a few pracky games, one in Melbourne against Werribee, and I think that was a great hit out. Just for some of the boys to get a gauge of the level it takes. Obviously stepping up from local league, it's a bit different playing VFL, so the game's a bit quicker, a bit more harder. But yeah, I think you can expect the typical Tassie team, hard-nosed, hard at it, free-flowing. So hopefully, yeah, we put on a bit of a show for Tassie and I guess all of Australia to watch.
How does it feel for you? Obviously, it's a little bit sad with Robbie being ruled out, but you're ready to sort of take the charge on the weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel for Robbie. I've gotten pretty close with him the short time he's been here, so I would have loved to be running out behind him. But yeah, for me to step up into this role is definitely something I'm truly humbled by, and I will take with both hands, and hopefully I can live up to the actions that it takes to be a Devils captain. So it's definitely something I'm very proud to do.
The team was sort of cobbled together maybe 3 or 4 months ago. How have things sort of evolved and changed, and how have the kinks been ironed out since that maybe very first training session to the last practice match and leading into the captain's run before the game?
Yeah, absolutely. No, we've come a long way. It's obviously the ground's been built from the ground. The club's been built from the ground up, so to get interstate boys in, some local boys, our team's very young as well, so to get that team cohesion, team bonding has been very big for us in the way we want to go about it. So we're definitely coming along in the right direction, and I think we're slowly putting the puzzle together, and Saturday will be another step forward into that.
Was Robbie sort of trained and practiced all through the midfield during the pre-season? That was, I guess, where he was intending to play on Saturday. How do you sort of fill that gap from an on-field point of view now?
Yeah, that was his role and what he was going to be doing. I think maybe dropping back into defence a little bit as well. But yeah, like we've got a talented list. There's plenty of blokes that can come in and fill that void. So I have no doubt one of those younger boys will step up and fill that role to that level we want.
In a game with such big build-up and in front of more than 10,000 fans, as a leader, how do you sort of settle nerves amongst some of those younger players?
Yeah, it's a good point, and something I've still been trying to get my head around as well. I think it's just embracing it, knowing why this is all going ahead, why everyone's here watching us. We're ultimately the ones that get to live it out. So I think, yeah, just really embracing and taking that on board. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of nerves. Like I'm pretty nervous just thinking about it right now, but yeah, it's going to be so special to run out in front of the big crowd here.
Anything with the former Devils guys from back in the early 2000s? Is there any? I think there's a bit of pre-game stuff with the club. Is there any sort of connection between the old group and the new group coming in?
Yeah, well, there hasn't been at the moment, but I'm pretty sure there's a guard of honour I think we're running out to. So I haven't heard too much about it. We haven't interacted with them as of yet, but we have training tonight, so who knows, there could be a few there, and captain's run on Friday here, so we might see them then, or I'm not too sure.
What's it been like in the community? Have you sort of got the sense that, the community in the State's really behind you guys?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like everywhere you go, someone's asking you about the Devils. Like, the movement's massive. It's got so much momentum, and that's why we get to put it on show here in a packed house at North Hobart. So I think most games will obviously probably be sellouts, and yeah, it's going to be so special.
Is AFL debut or coaching debut in the VFL. What's the bigger moment in your footy journey?
Probably the biggest moment, or one of the biggest moments in my footy journey. So, yeah, it feels like forever we've been talking about the opportunity on the weekend we have, and we're a few days away. So, probably exactly like the playing group, like just extremely excited to get it underway. We know it's a momentous occasion for the club and for our jumper, and I suppose everything moving forward, and we're really excited to step into that moment.
There'll be some speed bumps and some hurdles along the journey, of course, but how ready are you to tackle Coburg on Saturday as an entire organisation?
Yeah, we feel ready. Like, the pre-season's been long. I think every club would say, like, this time of the year, they just want to get the season underway. Like, we're no different. We've been going 3 nights a week since the start of November with list build and training, and we feel like we've got a really good foundation underneath us, both from a load standpoint. Outside of a couple of players, we've got a really healthy list, and we feel like we've got really strong game understanding in terms of how a game looks. So we're really excited to put it on show on Saturday.
Robbie's obviously a big out, mate. How do you cover the loss of him?
Well, essentially you don't cover the loss of him, like he's our captain, and clearly his experience as well you can't cover, but we'll be looking for everyone to step up that 10% to cover the loss of Robbie. But the reality is it opens up another opportunity for a young aspiring Tasmanian or a mainland recruit that we've got in. So there's always pros and cons to people that are injured. Disappointing that Robbie won't be out there on Saturday, but we've got a really strong leadership group around him, and they'll step up and take over. And unfortunately, hopefully we'll be back by round 2. It'd be nice.
You've got training tonight and captain's run Friday, but do you know what your best team looks like yet, or is there still time for these guys to get those back spots?
Yeah, look, we've probably have got the large nucleus of the team locked away. Like, there might be 1 or 2 spots. We've got match committee post training tonight. We'll make those sort of last. I suppose the bench positions will be the last selections made tonight, so we'll get through that, and then we'll announce the team tomorrow.
Just on Robbie, how did he, I suppose, take the news that he wouldn't be playing? He's played in AFL Grand Finals and whatnot before. He's been involved in big games before, but I assume he would have really set himself for this one, and it would have been a pretty strong element of disappointment that he couldn't get up.
Yeah, look, disappointment, but I suppose with his experience is the understanding it's an extremely long year. Like, this is round 1, it's game 1 of 18 games for us, so it's really disappointing, but he's the ultimate professional. He's doing everything he can to get up for the next couple of weeks, so yeah, he'd be shattered, but he's going to have some involvement game day on the bench and providing some leadership and stability down there, which we're really looking forward to, and he'll be back bigger and better than ever in the next couple of weeks.
Any bolters for us, that guys that might not have been in calculations 2-3 weeks ago, but through the intra-clubs and the practice match might have got themselves a spot in the team or close to it?
Yeah, look, a number. Like, I think I've said a number of times, and so has everyone else as part of our organisation. Like, Lockie Hay from Country Vic has just come from nowhere, and he's been really impressive through the course of our pre-season, our practice matches as well. So he's going to be one that's in strong consideration for selection of round 1. He's probably the one that stands out from the people. And then I think just the pure rise from our local talent as well. Like, I look at Harry Elmer, Darcy Gardner, those types of players that we've always known that have had, really strong talent locally. Like, they've stepped up to the mark a couple of weeks ago v Werribee. So some of those guys will get an opportunity this weekend as well.
Are there many injuries outside of Robbie?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd probably say we've got around 5. A fair few. 9, is it? Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks, Brent. A couple of those we've probably known about for a period of time that require operation and are out for, I suppose, long-term injuries, and then we've probably got another 3 or 4 that are in sort of a short-term mode, a bit like Robbie as well. So, touch wood, if we don't get any injury this week, we'll get a couple back available for selection next week and in the coming weeks as well. So I still feel like our list is in a really healthy spot. We've got a list of 50, which is quite large. So, including the long-termers, we've got 4 or 5 that, it's unlucky they're not available for selection this week.
And what's your role in, balancing the hype and the expectation and the occasion of the game with also, winning a game of football on Saturday?
Yeah, there is a balance. I think, we don't want to shy away from what the day is and what the occasion is. Like, we want to step into that. We want to enjoy it. but then at the same time we want to make sure come 12:05 that we're ready to play a game of footy. So I don't think we should shy away from any of that. I think we should step into the occasion and have enjoyment and put our game on show as an individual and as a collective. So I'll be making sure that they play with some real free spirit, and I suppose they play a Tasmanian game, and if that allows us to get an opportunity to win, then that's fantastic.
Do you feel that pressure to win because the first game is going to be a big crowd and things like that?
I think every game you want to win. Like, clearly the significance of this game is heightened. So yeah, there's probably some nervous energy around outcome. But yeah, I think any game you're looking to win. The reality is that Coburg are a really good team. They've been improving over the course of the last couple of years. They finished in the top 10 last year and played finals footy. So they're an experienced outfit and they've got some talent in front of the ball. So they're going to be, really challenging to beat. But we think we've got the capability to be able to do that.
Have you seen, we've been trying to find vision of them to have a look at them. Have you been able to get any?
Yeah, I had a look at their last practice match against Glenelg out in country Victoria. I could do, yeah. I'll send it to you if you like. Yeah, good that you're watching footy, not basketball, Brennan.
Trying to. Just can't see
Yeah, can't see it.
No, it's YouTube, mate.
It's on YouTube, is it?
Yeah, YouTube.
Oh.
There you go.
There you go.
Investigative journalism.
Yeah.
YouTube.com.
A couple of the experts obviously think that you guys you'll finish last. And there's a couple that think you'll be a wild card. Did you take that as motivation for the players at all this year, or you read into it at all?
Not really. Like the pundits say, what the pundits say. Like the reality is, we think we've been really public that we think we're going to be really competitive, and we want to play. We want to finish in the top 10 and earn a finals berth. So yeah, we think it starts this weekend. We're going to be super competitive. We're going to step into the moment, put our best foot forward, and where that leads us is where it leads us.
Perfect.
You should just come last.
What about this wing, eh? Straight across your bow and put you on the back.
I'm never on the
It's all about who you know, Brenner.
Did you just make that up?
No.
Oh.
No, I heard it.